Dan and George, thank you for joining us in the Player Diary. Dan, first time since this time last year. Good to have you back. How does it feel to be back in the camp, first of all?
It's fantastic, Steve. To see your rosy face just makes me so happy. I've missed it.
What's it like to have Dan Cole back?
Good, yeah. A little bit more of the Leicester contingent about now. So with Dan, with Tom Youngs, Ben Youngs, Jeff's been around. It's some familiar faces. Oh yeah, Crofty. Familiar faces around.
Today's team announcement and media day. Training first of all in the morning. What do you go through? A bit of everything today?
I suppose it's our last real day of getting our detail right. Nailed a few of our players off. So it's been a productive morning.
Forwards with Wig. What were you up to?
Just split and did some line-outs and scrums. It's Graham's forte.
Former Leicester teammates, of course, as you just mentioned. What do you think when you first saw George Ford at training Leicester all those years ago?
I think the first time I saw George, he was wrestling with the head of the Academy S&C programme on the floor. Yeah, he used to love that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Ford used to be by himself in the gym, just
Well, I was the smallest,
wrestling.
so I spent most time in there.
Yeah, wrestling. But yeah,
Wrestling.
Did you expect George to be here so quickly? Obviously you saw him all those years ago at Leicester. Do you think he'd be here in this short space of time?
Yes. I predicted this many moons ago. Ever since I first saw Eisen in wrestling in the gym, I thought, that guy's going to play for England at the age of, how old are you? 20?
Yeah.
20. Well, whenever he made his debut, yeah. So
16 or so.
yeah, something like that. So, yeah.
A tight prop and a fly half, obviously two of the most crucial positions, but very, very different. What are your ideas on the sort of thing Dan Cole has to do during the game?
The scrum, isn't it? I think if we can get dominance there, I think Coley's world class at it. So yeah, just first and foremost get the set piece right for his backs.
Can you imagine ever being in a scrum, doing what he does?
No.
Similar league, can you ever imagine kicking a goal in front of 80,000 people, Dan?
Catching and passing, no. Catching, passing, kicking,
Play
no.
rugby, no.
Yeah, limited skill set here.
You know, what sort of things does George offer on the pitch?
He can catch, pass, kick, communicate. No, he's a good, very good organiser of the forwards, and as a player outside of him, occasionally, we need to be bossed and put in a position to what's best to what Fordy wants. And he's good at that communication and put us in the right spots, which obviously leads the team attack and means that we're actually doing something and not just standing around twiddling our thumbs.
Millennium Stadium's coming up, of course, in a couple of days' time. Dan, you've played there 3 times, twice in the Six Nations. Tell us and George a bit about what it's going to be like.
Well, George. You played there before, George?
No.
Okay. It's going to be noisy. There'll be a passionate Welsh crowd. I'm not.
Genuinely look like you're listening and listening.
I'm trying to take it
From the fire. Come into my room. No, it's going to be noisy, passionate, and the 3 times I've played there, it's been a great atmosphere. It's one of the reasons you play the game is to go to a place like that and try and quieten the crowd down. And you always remember the times I played there. You remember them, and they stick out in your mind for being intense atmospheres. And Wales raise their game when they play at home, so I'll be expecting a good game.
You grow up dreaming to playing games like these, so just trying to make the most of it.
Dave, thanks for joining us on the Player Diary here at Millennium Stadium. First time you've been pitch level down here. What are your impressions?
He's a great symbol of all the passion that revolves around Welsh rugby. So, as befitting of that, it's a pretty impressive cathedral of rugby. I came here as a supporter as a child, watching England teams of past. So to come here as a player is something I'm tremendously excited about.
What have the players said that have played here before? Said it's like when England are in town to play Wales.
It's a very welcoming atmosphere. I think it's very safe to say. I think it's something that everyone talks about with a bit of reverence. Everyone's very excited about it.
How was the captain's run, and how important is it for a line-out caller to get a feel for the place?
Massively important, particularly in a venue where you haven't played before. Getting a bit of a sense. Obviously, it'll be new for me working with the acoustics of this stadium. I think there's been a lot of fuss around the press about some of the stuff we've done with that before. How much of a difference it makes, I'm not sure, but I know that we'll do everything we can to be as well prepared as we can be. I'm sure there'll be a lot of noise, a lot of revellers enjoying the atmosphere, but I think if you take a step back for a second, you'll realise that it's part of the enjoyment of it. There's very few rugby supporters that have any animosity in them. It's all good-natured, and everyone just wants their own team to win. So I'm just very excited to get to experience some of the kind of the famous atmosphere of the Millennium Stadium.
How's the journey down here today? Who are you sitting next to?
I had my own seat, as befitting of me really. I unfortunately don't have an awful lot of leg room on a bus, so everything you can get to score some leg room. So I got the bus early, set my bag in the spare seat, put a do not enter sign up, caution, beware of dog, all those kind of things, warding people off. But yeah, I had my own space, my own darkness. I created a little pillow fort, and no one was able to penetrate.
What do you do on a game day when it's an 8 o'clock?
I'll build a pillow fort in my room in the hotel, just peek out the window at Cardiff Bay. I'll spend some time with the family. Obviously my family aren't too far away over in Bristol. Evening kickoffs, there's always a lot of downtime. I was always a big fan of Sunday morning as a child. Like, you just get up, get on with it, kind of get on with the weekend. But Friday night, obviously, there's a long time of the day you can sit and dwell and think about it. So I'll try and get out and about, maybe do something in the day to take my mind off things, enjoy a bit of the atmosphere of Cardiff.
How's your daughter taking to rugby so far? She's been on the pitch at the Rec, I think.
Yeah,
already.
She's been on the pitch at the Rec. She's actually been pitch side at Twickenham as well. So if I can get her on the Millennium Stadium, that's, well, what's she, 13 weeks? That's a hell of an accolade so far, isn't it? I'm probably boding well for the future.
Cheers, Dave. Thanks for your time and good luck tomorrow. Thanks a lot.